This is so, so beautiful to see. And I do wish when I was a trans kid, because all trans adults were once trans kids, that I saw this beautiful support. So thank you all so much for coming. It's amazing. I remember the day that I was told that I wouldn't be able to start puberty blockers until I was 18. It was one of the most terrifying days of my life. I'd already known that I was trans for years prior to that, and I'd socially transitioned 2 years previously. Puberty was in full swing. I was having my voice get deeper. That doesn't go away with HRT, unfortunately. So voice was getting deeper. I was growing hair where I didn't want a hair, facial hair. I was getting muscular, and every day it felt like I was getting further and further away from myself. I was hopeful. I was hopeful that I was going to be able to get the help that I needed. And it was 2014. I was sitting in the psychiatrist's office and I felt so excited. Then he said the words, "Jasmine, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to start for another 2 years." What felt bright and hopeful felt so dull and dark after those words were said. The color felt like it just drained out of the room. And I was sad. I was angry. I was disappointed, baffled, furious, because isn't it ironic? They're protecting me from reversible changes while condemning me to 2 years of changes, some of which were irreversible, some of which will have costed a lot of money to reverse later down the track. And it was all because, what if I changed my mind? And fair enough, this was a question that my mum had. Now, what if I changed my mind? But the thing is, I wasn't asking for anything permanent. I was asking for evidence-based, life-saving treatment to simply pause puberty, which is a treatment that has been used for decades, treating precocious puberty or early onset puberty. It's a safe thing. It's completely reversible. And look, my mum didn't fully understand, but she was clear about one thing, and that was that she loved me. And seeing her daughter going through the suicidal depression that I was going through scared her to her core. She didn't fully need to understand, but she needed me to be okay. This is a feeling that a lot of parents in Queensland can relate to at the moment. Now, I did something that no young child should ever have to even consider. I felt abandoned by the medical world. My cries were going unanswered, and it felt like I had my house, like I was in my house and it was burning down, and I'm calling the fire brigade and I'm saying, "Please help me." And they're saying, "Sorry, we're going to have to wait until it burns to the ground before we can help you." That is how it felt in that moment. So I acquired medication online illegally. I learned how to analyze my own blood test results. And no 16-year-old should ever have to be their own pharmacist, their own doctor, their own endocrinologist. But that was my reality at that time. And we all want children to be safe. And gender-affirming care does just that. It gives people a life worth living, and it gives people a chance at happiness. So puberty was a pretty traumatic experience. And I want all the young trans people in Queensland, and not just trans people, any people, to get the healthcare that they deserve, like I deserved in 2014. My life after gender-affirming care is so much brighter. When I started puberty blockers, it was like I had taken off a dark pair of sunglasses that I never even knew I had on. It felt so freeing, and I could finally see the bright parts of life, and I could finally feel hopeful and joyful as myself. And now I feel safe. I feel like I'm going to be okay. And I feel peace in my body, and when I look into the mirror, I see myself. That is what we want for all young trans people around Australia, not just Queensland, everywhere. We want them to be able to feel safe and to be themselves.
You.
We Australians are a progressive people. We believe in science, and we know that governments cannot be allowed to ban vital evidence-based healthcare solely on the basis of political ideology.
Yeah.
The Australian people know better, and the thousands of people rallying across the nation right now are a testament to that fact. And the message here today is loud and clear. If you want to keep kids safe, keep trans kids safe as well. Australians do not want to see a hateful US-style scapegoating of communities happening here, and we won't have it. I'll leave you with this. Trans people always have and always will exist. We're strong, and we will continue to stand up for what is right, to stand up for a world where everyone can exist happily as themselves.
Thank you so much, Cousin.